is Senami Ohiamokai.
And I am Hizo J. Momo. We are in Edo State, the state capital, Benin City. And our guest on the program this morning is the Deputy Governor, Philip Shoaibu.
Good morning.
Your Excellency, good to have you join us this morning.
Thank you very much, and good morning to Nigerians. Edo people all over the world.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Deputy Governor, the eye of the people of both Edo State and Nigeria, and of course Edo people around the world, is right now focused on you and the governor, and of course also focused on the upcoming elections. But I want us to start on a note that is, quite pleasant. I want us to talk about the unemployment rate of Edo State, which just fell from 25.1% to 19%, and this has been attributed to the Obaseki's job creation drive. First of all, explain to us how this administration was able to achieve that, to the point that it has the lowest unemployment rate in the South-South region in Nigeria.
Yeah, when we were contesting for to be governor and deputy governor in 2016, we did promise that one of our major focus was going to be on job creation and reducing this unemployment statistics. And as at that time, it was like, where are we going to create these jobs? How many civil servants are we going to employ? That was what our opponent was saying. And for us, we laughed over it, because when we said we're going to create 200,000 jobs, for them it was about employing people into the civil service. And for us, it was not about civil service. It was about creating an economy that will run. Because whether you like it or not, the private sector constitutes a large chunk of businesses that can grow our economy and our GDP. And for us, we said it was going to be a massive drive to drive home private sector to help us drive the economy. And because government business really is to stimulate private sector driven economy. And whether you like it or not, whether formal or informal sector, those are the drivers of economy. What government need to do is to stimulate them, create an environment for them to strive, and open up the space. We discovered that Edo State was just a civil service state, and we were not taking advantage of our geographical location. And so when we came on board, it was all about, first, dealing with the issue of electricity, which is a major factor to drive any business. And like they call us now MOU government, we did an MOU with many of these companies, including Osioma Power Plant. Before the election, the power plant would be ready. We created an industrial hub in Ologbo, and we created creative hubs in 3 different centers. One in Sapele Road was the first. And what were we going to do to get this artisan, galvanize them to be able to be producing within the city? And also agriculture. We're able to expand our roads, those infrastructures leading to some of these agrarian area. We opened up the roads and converted their manual style of farming to a mechanized way of farming. Those sectors that we opened created those jobs that our opponent didn't understand where we're going to get those jobs. And as at 3 years, as at November 2018, we were already within 150 to 165,000 jobs. And as of November last year, the business day on its own came to do their own check. We were about 176,000 according to them. As at that time, our own figure shows that we're already hitting 200,000. If we check the national, you see those figures. These are not figures that are manufactured. We created Edo Job. Edo Job was all about monitoring, creating, job matching, and also helping government to know per week the number of jobs in, the number of jobs lost, and why we lost those jobs, and why areas where we need to expand to be able to be steady in our drive to reduce unemployment rate and create an economy that works. So we were able to also create them not only in agriculture, not only in artisan being given an opportunity to be able to be creative, but also in the area of sport. That was another number. We were able to open up the space. Edo used to be a state that is known for sports, in every sport, not just football. By the time we came on board, all these sectors were they collapsed. Is it Bender Insurance? Bender Insurance was out of the Premier League for over 11 years before we came on board. The first 2 years, we turned it around, and we rebuilt the team. We rebuilt the female team at Doping. We started with Bender Insurance, and a year after, they came back to the National League, the LMC Professional League. Our Doping was just moribund. We brought them back. Today, I can boldly tell you that some of our players have been sorted out. 2 of them are leaving the country very soon. If not for COVID, they will have been outside the country. So we are able to deal with the whole issues of unemployment, deal with the issue of traffic, illegal migrations, a lot of things. Because what we did was just to look at the economy and create a one-stop thing, dealing with employment, dealing with industrialization, and at the end of the day, growing our economy steadily and increasing our GDP. And for us, that is what governance should represent. Governance is to provide for the people, create an environment for businesses to strive. Not government being involved directly in business. Government cannot run business. That all what government need to do is supervise and create the environment.
Now, talking about supervising, Mr. Shaibu, as you go about your campaigns, you are also giving out some promises to the youths. What is the projection, in the next 4 years if you come back? What are you looking at in terms of sustaining this position which you currently are?
Yeah, in the area of agriculture, there are lots to gain. We are already looking forward. We are looking ahead of post-COVID-19, and we've discovered that the economy is in bad shape. The entire economy in the whole world, even Nigeria, before even COVID, Nigeria was already struggling. We want to take advantage. See, when things are bad, that is when leadership should think out of the box and take advantage. If things are not bad, there's no opportunity. Now COVID is in, and we are taking opportunity of the COVID setback to increase our GDP. And in the area of agriculture, we want to be a food basket. We want to, because whether you like it or not, food must be available for people to eat. When food is not there, then there's a problem. And because of the way COVID came unexpected, and the level of mop-up of food by state government, individuals, if we don't take time, post-COVID, there will be serious food problem. And we are already looking forward, and we are expanding all our farms. We are bringing in mechanized way of farming, and the experience we had in Sobe, the experience we have in Anegbete and Lubo, we are already increasing more farmland. In Ishan, we are already increasing more farmlands, and we are also looking at the area of beyond food production. We're also looking at the area of because the power sector will be ready, manufacturing sector will be ready, and don't forget that the Benin port is also on. Drive through a Kenwa road, you will see the kind of work that is going on there. So when these things are put together, we are looking over 500,000 jobs we are looking at in those sectors. In the agricultural aspect alone, from the last time we checked, if we open up Sobe, we open up Abede Farm and Bode, we will be getting over 156,000 jobs being created there. That is formal. The informal one, you know the multiplier effect, because whether you like it or not, as transport business we also open up in those areas. When you add those one, you're actually looking close to, in that sector alone, you are looking at close to 250 to 206 something when you add those jobs. So for us, it's not just about creating job, but creating wealth. Because if you don't create wealth, obviously, the level of poverty will definitely continue to be high. And for us, we are using this to deal with issue of poverty. We are using the issue of also reducing unemployment rate, because security to secure the land is not like building more police stations, building prison yard. It's not how to deal with security. The first way to deal with security that we have realized that we are doing in Edo is to make these young ones busy, because when they are busy in the daytime, they will be too tired to do negative things at night. So that is what we have decided to do, because security, we are dealing with it by employing these young ones. Economy, we are growing it, because for us, we are tired of waiting for Abuja every month, checking the numbers that are coming in terms of revenue. We want to create a revenue base for Edo State that with or without Abuja, we can run our economy, we can pay our salaries, we can deal with the issue of infrastructure. And at the end of the day, monthly FAC will just be for future development and savings for the state, for the rainy day. And that is what we are working towards.
All right, Your Excellency, all of these achievements that you've reeled out, and of course your projection, if we speak to people on the street, will they say the same thing that you have just told us? I mean, how you were able to create about 170,000 jobs. I ask this because if you listen to your opposition during the campaigns, you hear them highlighting the achievements or the lack of achievements of this administration. So if we ask people on the street, will they be saying the same thing as you are saying right now?
Yeah, I think I prefer we deal with those on the streets. Those on the streets have those numbers, and they are the one feeling the impact. Our political opponents will always say the opposite, because they want to sell their product. According to them, politics is all about lying, and politics is all about saying anything that is beautiful for their own bride and saying anything negative about the opposite persons. And they have said it many times, and we can see it from the videos that are flying, where the governor was the best guy in 2016, and the other guy was the bad guy. Today, they are complaining that the bad guy in 2016 is the good guy now, and the good man in 2016 is the bad. So don't even listen to them. I think the street is critical. What they say from the street is what we believe, and that is why we earn the name we can see. The governor earned the name we can see governor. And why? Because when we came on board, the governor said, look, this style of building one school and you start making noise about it, let's not make noise. Let's work for the people, and let the people be the one saying what we are doing. Every area that we have worked, let them be the one saying, let's localize our achievements. Let's make sure that everything we are going to be doing, it is the people on the street, the people in the area that must speak about it. And you know, our government is an economist, and when we look at it, the cost of doing arranging commissioning and broadcasting everything that you have done, when you put them together, it will do more jobs, it will do more road, it will do more schools. And we said, okay, but at the end of our first term, at the end, we can bring everything together and show to the world. You can imagine somebody speaking, someone is saying, even a classroom we have not built, the classroom that he built is what is available. So that is the height of it. And for us, it's not about classroom. Classroom is a given. Road is a given. Because we don't have any choice. If we must grow our economy, we must build roads. We can't talk about the Sobe farm, Agbede farm, and all the farms we are talking about without infrastructure. It will not work. You understand? So for us, it's not just about the road. It's what we want to achieve with the road. And it's not about school. We have got, before we came in, our children were schooling. Now they are learning. There's a difference between schooling and learning. Please educate us. Yes, sir. We are here now. Red roof, yes. We are part of those red roof revolution. Yes, that is building. That is not the school really, but the name we call the school. What makes the school is the building and the activities that are going there. Teachers are critical. Are they teaching well? Are they impacting the right knowledge? Before we came in, no. We came on board, we looked at it and discovered that primary and secondary school, there was a lot of gaps. Though there were buildings, but the content was not there. And we started from the basic education, Edo Best. We created a system called Edo Best, where teachers are trained and retrained, where they are trained in modern way of teaching, and not just modern way, but exciting to the young ones to draw their attention and be interested in learning. And we gave them training, and they have pumped up, where teachers no longer bother themselves, stress themselves on writing lesson notes. The lesson notes are downloaded in those tabs that we are giving to them. So in the morning, as they log in their various schools, we monitor them from here. We know when the teacher has logged in, we know when he's teaching. So across board, whether in Edo City or in the minute village, anywhere in Edo, they are learning the same subject, the same content, and the teacher does not need to bother himself at night to be to be writing lesson note, because you don't need to be disadvantaged. If you before we came in, only those in the city you can find teachers. Now you can find teachers all over the place and learning the same. So whether you are in the village or you are in the city, you are learning same, and that is the content that we are preparing. Our children now can read and write.
There was violence. For you, speak to us or tell us about what is happening with regards to the issue of violence. There are reports that he said we were very bad recently and now they are good. But as in the family, we are still my brothers, so, and we are not quarreling. And half of them are supporting me in this fight. And they are saying we have talked to him, he doesn't want to hear. So I get my information on daily basis. Even this morning, I got another information. So I know what is going on in Oshomole's house. And I can tell you, he waived his immunity the last time when he said Pastor Ezemo was a thief. I'm not waiving my immunity. I'm telling you that Oshomole actually is harming those children. And they have told me, and I know some of them that he has given arms to. And when the issue of stockpiling arms, it is true. It's not a joke. I am sure. This. I am saying it. I'm sure. I am sure. I have reported. We have reported to the law enforcement agencies, and the last time we told them about some assassins that were in town, they thought we were joking. Then I said, okay, check this picture, check this picture, check this name, check this name. Go and check your system. If they don't have criminal records, if you don't have their record, the criminal record in your system, and it's true. It's not a joke.
But again,
what happened in is a confirmation of what I've told you. A night before that time, one of them told me that they were going to do that, and I alerted them. I said, these guys are going to do X. I've gotten information that they want to disrupt our rally, and I told them from the angle they will be coming. And unfortunately, for this thing happened. It happened during the convocation. In front of Oshomole's house, we were attacked. That was the day I actually signed off from Oshomole's house. Before then, I was staying in Oshomole's house. Each time I go to the village, I stay in his house. That was the day I stopped staying there. We were attacked. The names of these individuals were petition were written. From the video, we got all their names. We sent to the police. As I speak to you, none of them were arrested. Instead, our own supporters that came to harass Oshomole and as a reprisal, were the ones that were arrested.
How is
as we speak, the people that did shot at the crowd We have their names. We have sent it to the police. Nothing has been done.
Now, this is
for us, we have discovered that.
Are you talking about the police in Edo State, the police that the governor controls? Is there a problem too? Because again, Ehisoje asked, how are you responding to this? I want to also, bring to your attention that, the governor has also been called out for saying that we'll return violence for violence. How exactly, specifically, is this administration dealing with the issues of violence in this electioneering period?
Let me tell you, I'm using the opportunity to call on Mr. President. We have had too much
people who be alive to vote and see.
We pray that the election will be peaceful. We are for peace. We are the one holding the eggs, and that is why, if you check,
on campaigns today. Thank you very much for also bringing clarity to a couple of issues to Nigerians.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Many thanks, Mr. Deputy Governor.
Yeah, thank you. We thank God that we are alive, and by the grace of God, I can assure Nigerians that the governor and I meant well for the state, and Edo State, by the grace of God, the way we are going about it, we have no control from Abuja. But what we can do is to guarantee safety and to also conscientize our people not to take to the street, not to go for violence.
All right, sir.
That's a good way to end the conversation.
So we actually wish you all the best and hope we will be back here sometime soon after you come back into office.
By the grace of God. Thank you
By
very
the grace
much.
of God. All right, that has been our special interview. We've been talking to the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu. He joins us live from Edo, where this interview is taking place. And thank you again for being here. I'm sending
Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na PDP we dey. Obaseki no be Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na PDP, Obaseki na PDP. The symbol is umbrella, PDP we dey. Obaseki no be bro, Obaseki no be bro. Oya, Obaseki Shuaibu. Them get plenty achievements, yo. Like them bring Edo best. Many renovation. Everybody they happy for Edo. They say Obaseki na correct governor.